Twilight, guess what? I made a new friend! That's fantastic news! She's great! Great! She's powerful! Powerful? She's... Hello, princess.
Oh my god, Trixie is back! Who could have possibly guessed it except for everybody because Hasbro ruined it in the promos. What a surprise this is! No Second Prances brings back the great and powerful Trixie to give us that classic trope where we think someone is planning something bad and it's bad for them to be judgmental until it's proven that they were planning to do something bad, but they all become friends in the end anyway. Alright, I'm getting ahead of myself, so let's begin. Starlight is tasked with making a new friend that she doesn't already know, and with the stress of failure getting in her head, she goes to the spa to ease herself. There she meets the great and powerful Trixie and becomes friends with her, which Twilight seems cautious about given her previous actions. Starlight wants to prove to Twilight that she's worth trusting, but when that fails, she starts to lose trust in her. And with an important dinner with Celestia happening on the same night that Trixie plans a dangerous stunt in her redemption tour, Starlight has to choose between her teacher and her new friend. It goes about as well as you'd expect. By the sound of things, you probably guessed that I don't like this episode very much. Well, no, but I still have my negative points. Might as well start with those. The thing is, I really can't find an appeal in Twilight's role in the episode. I mean, she was right about something, but at the end of the episode she says she was wrong. But what was she wrong about? That Trixie was using Starlight to get back at her? That's exactly what happened. She could have at least said something else, like I forgive you, so that the line would come across as less confusing. Also, her prejudice is something I really don't get. At the end of Magic Duel, she seemed reasonably forgiving of Trixie for allowing herself to be corrupted by the Alicorn amulet, and a lot of this episode seems to just retcon that ending. Not only that, it makes Twilight look like a big hypocrite. Even the episode is constantly reminding us of that. She doesn't trust Trixie for ruling over one town, but has been trusting of Starlight despite that she nearly destroyed the world? Maybe it's because Starlight has been spending more time with her to make a proper connection, but it still doesn't make sense that she wouldn't be willing to do the same for Trixie. Also, given the premise of the episode and the way it was being set up, there's a lot of elements in the episode that just come across as completely obvious. It's not surprising that Trixie was using Starlight to get back at Twilight, so the big twist isn't really strong. And everything else about the way the episode was paced just makes the twist even easier to see coming. Even the way the characters say their lines and their facial expressions somehow make the build-up to this twist even more obvious. It felt like the episode was trying to make this look like something we wouldn't see coming, but it is, and it takes away excitement from the story. Even the moral is kind of built around Twilight learning how letting her student make her own decision is part of being a teacher, which, yeah, didn't she just learn that in the season premiere? I've seen the show reusing morals before, but this is ridiculous. But despite the predictable formula of the plot, the characters can still make it fun to watch. This is by far the best of Starlight's character we've seen so far because it shows how she's progressed since her reformation while still allowing her to remember where she started out. She jokes about her past actions, which is a great way to show that she's forgiven herself and is not letting it bother her, while also giving her an innocent sense of humor. She's now less hesitant to make friends, and especially with complete strangers, so she's learning to be more social. She also feels accepted knowing that she's establishing a friendship with someone she relates with, and she even sees fun in a dangerous situation, which gives her a bit of a daredevil touch. She takes her friendship with Trixie seriously, which makes her heartbroken state of mind more effective and easier to relate to when she sees it as a lie. And despite all that, she still has a good judge of character by helping Trixie with her act in the end. It's great character development because we see that the staff want to do more with Starlight Glimmer. They want to see her do other things, learn different things, spend time with different characters. And making a new friend is a huge first step in a new and better direction. And of course, allowing Starlight to interact with different characters makes for some good comedy, and the humor itself is pretty decent. There are a few jokes that don't work, such as the name of Trixie's tour, which was turned into a running joke for some reason, but there's still some great punchlines with the character interactions and their expressions. But what about Trixie? What did I think of her? Does she do anything out of line? Well, yes, but that is the kind of character she was before. She likes to boast and brag, and she acts selfish and sly. But she also expresses a sense of honesty and regret to Starlight, and she actually feels like she can relate with her. It's a sense of knowing that Trixie was up to no good, but she really did grow fond of Starlight's presence, so she wasn't as bad as she may have seemed. In some ways, she doesn't leave the best impressions, with her diabolical plan and her redemption feeling too predictable and a little rushed. Maybe there will be an episode where she and Starlight do something together, but does it feel like another villain redemption, even though Trixie wasn't much of a villain in the first place, but it's still an antagonist turning into a good guy at the end? Yeah, this is something I'm gonna have to talk about in the future. So in the end, I think of No Second Prances as an okay episode. It's not bad, but it's not particularly good either. There's great character development for Starlight and some nice humor, but it does have to work off of some confusing character behavior and a story that's too predictable. I might see it again, but not anytime soon. MisAnthro Pony, over and out.
How do you get your hair to do that all the time?
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. Try it!
N is for anywhere and anytime at all.
Down here in the deep blue sea.
Wait, I don't understand this. I feel all tingly inside. Should we stop?
No, that's how you're supposed to feel.
Well, I like it. Let's do it again!
Okay!
F is for frolic through all the flowers. U is for you.